Peace, peace, family, Grand Rising. This is your ambassador, Javon Lunsford with Hill TV, Health Inspiration, Love Life Television. I got a special guest on my show, family. I got Mystic. She's a dope queen. I met her on Instagram. Her energy is amazing. And what drove me to her page was she was always putting out positive affirmations, uplifting Black men in her community. So I'm glad she's on my show today. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, how you doing, King? What's up? What's good?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Feeling good. I'm glad to have you on the show this morning, and let's get started. Let's get right to it, man. Why you do what you do? Because you're always putting out affirmations, dope morning messages, night messages to the kings, and it's very encouraging. It's very uplifting. So why do you do what you do?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that it all started with the teachings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I think he's an amazing man, amazing teacher. Like when I look at him like this is how a Black man should be. He should be teaching in the community. He should be showing that he is great, and he should never, like walk around like, okay, like less than, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think all Black men should know really who they are. They should know that, okay, oh, I'm a king, I'm a god, and I'm going to walk and act like that, and I'm not going to settle for less.
Right. That's dope, man. I think it's very vital that, and this goes for man and woman, to uplift each other in our community, because in our African community, Black community, we have a low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? So the babies need to see that from us, from man and woman, so that confidence can be transferred to the child. So I agree with that totally.
Absolutely. And I want to make a point. Like a lot of times in our communities, like, how can I put this? Like, not only do we have to deal with issues from other races, but we have to deal with issues from within our own communities. Like, we do not really say encouraging words to one another. Right. And I myself am guilty of this sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be in a certain mood and I'll be like, look, I ain't even trying to hear that. Right. I'm not perfect, and I'm trying to get there. But we really do need to just like start saying more positive words to one another and do positive things towards one another, and stop doing little nitpicking things to pull each other down, because we already got that from other races outside, you know what I'm saying? Like outside of our community. Right. We don't need that inside our community as well.
Right. I agree. They, even going back towards, slavery times, they pitted us against each other.
Right.
So that division starts, that's the root of the division, with slavery, that's how they divided us. And that carried on until today now, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm guilty of it too. Nobody's perfect. But it's all about getting up and working to be better. It's trying to be better. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with self. It starts with self. It starts in our household, treating our spouses, our children, because verbal abuse is real. People think, say, words don't hurt, but words do hurt, and they carry. And
yes, they do.
They bring trauma, and a lot of us have childhood trauma from, our childhoods, dealing with verbal abuse, because a lot of our parents and a lot of our, relatives didn't have the knowledge on how to communicate properly to a child,
Absolutely. Yeah, you know how it was being raised up. Mom, you know how mine was. Look, get your but in here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep, definitely. It was definitely love, but like I said, they was battling their own traumas, so everything was very hard and tough with them. And that's all they knew how to raise us. So absolutely. My mom was, she was strong, and that's all I knew. She wasn't very affectionate. Now I'm seeing the affection now that I'm an adult now, but I didn't see that when I was young, because we grew up in the projects, and, she just, she had to be tough. It was that type of environment, you know?
Right.
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 How are you holding up during this quarantining, this pandemic? How was your community? Like, how are y'all coping with this madness that's going on right now?
I mean, to be honest, I really don't go outside with a mask unless, it's like if I go into a store, like, it's mandatory to have a mask on. But I really don't want to get too deep into that. But I don't wear a mask unless I have to by law, by going in the store. But I see a lot of people in the community wearing masks. But for me, I'm not wearing a mask.
I got you. I don't wear a mask either. I work in the hospital, and we're required to wear masks in there, obviously, to protect the patients. But I don't wear a mask when I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I have facial hair, and it doesn't even work if you have facial hair. So I feel like just good hygienes, practicing good habits, constantly wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? Just be on point like any other. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, just good behaviors. Wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? Keep your distance, and I think people will be okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not practicing them good methods, just like anything, wash your hands. You're gonna get germs. You're gonna get dirty. You're gonna contract.
Right.
Just common sense.
And I also think. Right. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think it's important that we start building up our immune as well. Like,
that's very.
I know for me, like, like for me, like I still like to eat junk food, but
of course,
at the same time, I still want to. I'm taking my vitamin C. I'm taking my turmeric and honey. I'm still trying to, drink my smoothies and stuff like that. But
right. Right. That's a good point. There's a balance with everything. And then again, that's another issue in our community. We're not the most healthy of eaters, of all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we grew up, very in poverty, and they had nothing but junk around us. You know what I'm saying? We already know that was done purposely because they don't want us to thrive. So they gave us the lowest of low as far as meats and produce and junk, and so that's what they choose to do. But now we're in an era where the information is out there, the access is more available because you can get healthy stuff shipped right to your door now. So there's no excuse. There's a better way to build. Be better. Right. We have a better way.
It's no. Yeah, you're right. There's no excuse. Like, I think it's just habit. Like, we have to form new healthy and positive habits. It's all about your habit forming. Like, you just have to just form the habit of doing things differently, and then you can grow from there.
Right, I agree. You're right. Breaking them habits. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, green tea, turmeric, ginger. I have kale, spinach, because my son, he doesn't like to eat vegetables like any other child. It takes a while to get into vegetables. So I'm like, you know what? Let me make it into a liquid form, throw some fruits in it, and that's a way I can get him his greens every day. So he drinks it as a smoothie with all that good stuff in there, and he's a little more acceptable to it, and he likes it better that way. So I just got to find a way to make sure he gets his greens. So that's a way to do it as well.
Yep.
Kids that don't like vegetables,
Absolutely.
How important is the black man in the household, the father?
It's like, how can I put it? It's beyond important. I can't even find the words to express how important it is. Like, me growing up, I did have my father around. My mother and father, they was going through their little, thing. They were married, but they, they had their little issues. But he was a strong man. He took care of us, and he did his thing. But it's so important because, like, it's important not just to have a black man, but a leader.
Right.
Not just a black man. He has to lead. If you don't know how to lead, then it's really no point of him being there. Right. Not to say that, not to go too deep into that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
I know what you're trying to say. I know you have to guide.
You need a man. Like, right. We need a man. We need the man to lead, and he
Yes.
has to have a mindset to lead. Like if he doesn't have the right mindset, then he just, that's the blind leading the blind.
Right. I agree. We have to take accountability, and like I said, not all men don't know how to lead, but when that comes with, surrounding yourself with other leaders that you can get mentor with, so you can lead, and that comes spiritual as well. So you can lead, be around that community, be around that brotherhood, so you can be encouraged and you can learn how to lead your family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It comes down to, like you said, just basic morals and principles. You know what I'm saying? Working hard, applying them good values to your daughters, to your sons, and to your wife. You know what I'm saying? And whatever religion you subscribe to, let that be, your God and light, to lead your family forward.
Right. Yeah.
What's the
And I
name?
think it's important.
No,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead. Add on. Go ahead. You
I
fine.
just want to make this one point. I think it's important for men to have that dream and that vision of building a legacy. Like that is so important. Like you want to be able to pass something down to your children, your great grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and say, okay, this is what we do in our family. This is how we are great, and this is how we will be gods on earth. So I just wanted to make that point real quick.
I'm glad you made that point, because legacy is so important. And I drive myself crazy with it, and I be thinking, man, I got 3 sons, and what am I gonna leave behind? What is of importance to leave behind? And I'm thinking material, money, land, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, the greatest thing I can leave behind, all that stuff is great too. Property, land, money, definitely falls, because our community needs that generational wealth. We need to break the cycle of, trying to uplift the next generation so they don't have to struggle. So that's very important as well. But the most important thing is, like you said, you leave the kids money, life insurance policy, whatever, so forth. But if they don't have the knowledge to know what to do with it, that's the key. So we have to first, it's good to get the money, the house, the property, the land. But if your children don't have the financial literacy, the knowledge to know what to do with that inheritance, they're going, like you said, it's the blind leading the blind. So what I want to encourage my audience and you brothers out there and you sisters out there, sometimes you got a lot of single queens out there holding it down, and I know it's hard, and my message to you is, what I'm saying, don't give up, hang in there, what I'm saying, and you can teach financial literacy, what I'm saying, on the smallest level, good that, bad that, know what's assets and know what's liability. So yeah, I just wanted to add on, veggie back off what you said as far as legacy. I think that's very important. Values, morals, knowledge, all that's very, very important to pass down, and we need to take that seriously. Absolutely.
And we got a lot of great kings teaching some good knowledge on the grams, like for you to get this thing in order as
Right.
far
The
as your
information
finances.
is out there. Yes, it is.
Man.
Man, I mean, you got I got one brother I follow. He's in the real estate. Mr. J. Morrison. He is.
Yeah,
Very,
I was just about to say him.
he's a monster. He is a monster. If you want to get into the house property game, I highly recommend you go follow that brother, Mr. J. Morrison. He is very, very serious on trying to get your legacy together and get yourself to, where you need to be for you and your family. And like I said, the basic thing I suggest is life insurance, man. That's one of the most cheapest things you can do. And a lot of our people in our community, sometimes we just look past that, like just get you some life insurance. Start with that, I'll be seeing of our people, don't even have that to bury their loved ones or leave a policy behind for their kids. A lot of them don't even have that. So, definitely, man, the information is definitely out there. We in a blessed era, like you said, the internet and everything. There's no excuses. The knowledge is there. It's right at your doorstep.
Right. Absolutely.
What's the name of your show? My audience need to know what's the name of your show.
Now, the thing about that is, wait, let me tell you the name. KINGSTOGODS.
KINGSTOGODS.
Right.
Now, why did you pick that name, KINGSTOGODS?
Because I mean, I see a lot of beautiful Black men, especially on the gram, that are just doing their thing. Like they getting it.
Right.
And I just think that we as a people, like, we should live as kings, but you can't elevate to godship until you know that you really are a king or a queen. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't elevate to God until you know who you are as a king.
Right.
So that's why I say kings to God.
There's levels to this. Right.
Yep.
That's dope. I love that name. I love what you stand for. I see you going around the community interviewing different walks of life, different brothers in the community doing different things. And it's awesome, man. And from Hill TV, we want you to continue on your journey, and we wish you much, much success. Tell the audience where can they find you? How can they reach you?
Okay, you can find me on the gram. I think it's KINGSTOGODS Shine.
That's right.
And then on YouTube, it's just KINGSTOGODS.
No doubt.
So that's how you can find me. I'm on Facebook as well. And that's KINGSTOGODS Shine. So I mean, if I invite anybody to hit me up, if I'm willing to travel to interview a king, and I just want to lift all the kings that's really trying. Like, it's a lot of kings out here that don't know who they are.
Right.
And I really do want to focus on the kings that really are trying to uplift themselves, uplift the community, and just be good men to their families.
That's what's up.
That's just my focus. That's it.
That's awesome, man. You're in Philadelphia, correct?
Yes, sir. Philadelphia, PA.
TV got to come to Philly one day, and we got to do a joint show one day, going around talking to the community. I would love that, and get me a cheesesteak while I'm up there.
Okay.
I'm up there and represent. That's what's up.
Yeah, that sounds dope. That sounds like some real fun right there.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. So my audience, make sure you support, man. It takes a village. Go to the gram, KINGSTOGODS Shine. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, KINGSTOGOD. This is Mystkm. This is Hill TV, and she out here putting it down, man. So please support. All right. Health, inspiration, love, live. You take care, man. I appreciate you.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Health, inspiration, love, life.